Why we can't stop loving those who hurt us. The puzzle of painful attachments. Some people seem to possess an uncanny gift, not for finding happiness, but for walking straight into relationships that slowly drain it away. What begins with warmth and promise eventually cools into a grey emotional winter. Affection fades, intimacy thins, silence or sharp words take its place. Affairs may creep in. Trust erodes grain by grain. For most, the conclusion would be obvious. A partner who freezes you out, twists the knife of neglect, or toys with loyalty doesn't merit a second chance. You pack your things, you close the door, you leave. But for a certain kind of heart, that's when the real entanglement begins. These are the hopefuls. Not by choice, but by habit, forged long ago. They believe, almost with the fervour of devotion, that change is just around the corner. Yes, the partner has been cruel, but didn't they apologise last week with such convincing sorrow? Surely one more conversation, one more carefully crafted message at 2 a.m. will turn the tide. The faith we don't recognise. To outsiders, this devotion can look irrational, even self-destructive. Why not walk away? Friends ask. Why bet on a person who keeps losing the game? But to the hopeful, the stakes feel different. They aren't just clinging to a lover, they're holding on to a lifelong pattern of believing they can earn warmth from the coldest places. This mindset rarely appears from nowhere. It's the ghost of a childhood where hope was not an option, but a survival tool. When you're 4 years old, you can't decide your parents are too damaged to rely on. You can't gather your coat and leave. So you adapt. You shrink your doubts. You grow your faith in them. You imagine that their bad days must be your fault. The training ground of love and hurt. Some children become experts at scanning for scraps of affection, eyes trained to catch the smallest flicker of approval. A day might pass under the weight of criticism or cold detachment, until, suddenly, a gentle word, a tousle of the hair, a bedtime story. That rare sweetness becomes electric, addictive. This push and pull wires the young brain to expect love as a kind of gamble, endure the barren stretches in hopes of a brief oasis. By the time they're adults, the rhythm feels like home. The excitement isn't in steady kindness. It's in the unpredictable shift from frost to warmth. Addiction to the highs and lows. For these adults, love is no longer a calm harbour, but a churning sea. They're drawn to partners who keep them guessing, who speak in mixed signals, who offer just enough tenderness to keep them waiting for more. And when, by rare chance, they meet someone genuinely steady and kind, the reaction can be unsettling. That very reliability, the thing most people crave, stirs nausea or restlessness. The old pattern whispers, this isn't real love. Where's the tension? Where's the chase? The hidden cost? While others build peaceful, mutual bonds, the hopeful become locked in exhausting cycles with unpredictable partners, people who alternate between affection and distance, who break promises with a smile, who may cheat and still plead for patience. The cruel twist is that this instability doesn't just hurt, it energizes. It keeps them alert, engaged, suspended in a state of constant anticipation. And because they've known no other rhythm, they believe this is simply how love works. The first crack in the illusion. The truth, however, is both painful and freeing. Some people cannot be healed by your faith, no matter how pure. Certain individuals, seemingly charming, occasionally generous, carry damage that will spill into every relationship they touch. It isn't your job to keep decoding their moods, spinning elaborate justifications for their cruelty. Your role isn't to think harder about their motives than they ever will. The measure of whether you should stay is stark and simple. Are they kind to you, consistently? If kindness appears only in fragments, if warmth is more a memory than a reality, then it's time to step away. You're chasing a pattern, not a person. We tell ourselves we can't live without them. But in truth, what we can't live without is a familiar rhythm, the hot and cold tone, the delayed apology, the brief tenderness, followed by disappointment. This rhythm is like an old song. The melody isn't beautiful, yet it triggers something deep in our body, the earliest form of longing we ever learned. We call it love. In reality, it's a nervous system conditioned to crave its dose. When you love those who hurt you, your body is rewriting an old script. You're not being foolish, you're reenacting the childhood script. As children, we couldn't leave our caregivers. If they were inconsistent, warm one moment, cold the next, We try to create order in the chaos. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I did something wrong. Our brain learned to treat waiting plus rare rewards as proof of love. Intermittent rewards. As adults, when someone behaves in that same rhythm, coldness followed by one sweet text, disappearing, then suddenly saying, "I miss you," our brain releases a cocktail of excitement and anxiety, just like pulling a slot machine. It's not happiness, it's addiction. Mistaking intensity for connection. The emotional highs and lows feel like soulmate chemistry, but it's not magic. It's the body responding to danger and uncertainty. A racing heart isn't always love. Sometimes it's the alarm of an old wound. The self-blame cycle. When the relationship falters, we turn inward. Was I too much? Did I push too hard? Once, self-blame helped us survive. Now it locks us outside the same door, waiting for it to open just a crack. The scenes are painfully familiar. Deleting that third unsent text at 1 a.m, waking to a silent phone, spending the day busy, yet replaying their rare moments of kindness at night. You're not blind to reality. Your body's memory simply moves faster than reason. Look at patterns, not promises. Change begins with a shift in how you measure love. Behavior. Explanations. "I've been busy" is an excuse, but a willing person will still make 5 minutes for you. "I'm figuring things out" means nothing if their actions still leave you feeling invisible. Consistency. High points. Grand gestures. Birthday surprises. Rainy night rescues. Long, heartfelt apologies are dazzling. But ask yourself, over an entire month, what's the pattern? Respect, presence, boundaries, follow through. How often do they show up? Data. Hope. Keep a kindness log for 4 weeks. Each day, mark one of 4 states: stable, distant, withdrawn, hostile. At the end, look at the dominant color. It will be more honest than your emotions. Teaching your body a new rhythm for love. Insight isn't enough. You must retrain your nervous system to recognize a different pace. A. The 24-minute rule. When you want to text them at night, set a 24-minute timer. Drink water, wash your face, take 10 deep breaths, or send a voice note to a friend saying, "Stop me from reaching out." Most urges fade by minute 12 to 18. You're not suppressing, you're letting the wave pass. B. Practice with predictable stability. Schedule 3 predictable daily actions: a walk at the same time, a fixed work break, a set bedtime. The body needs to experience reliability before it stops confusing chaos with vitality. C. Redefine chemistry. Break attraction into 3 traits: respect, security, curiosity. Your old blueprint might only chase tension. When you feel drawn to someone, ask, do I automatically lower my voice or hide my needs? Can I express discomfort without fear? Do I feel more like myself or more like my pleasing version? D. Minimum standard of kindness. Write it down, read it aloud. No disappearing acts, no humiliation, no reversing their own words, no silent punishment. If any of these are broken repeatedly, it's not an exception, it's a pattern. E. 30-day, no low contact experiment. Not forever, just a trial. For 30 days, initiate no contact except for essentials. Track your sleep, appetite, focus, mood. Many are shocked to find, without them, the body grows quieter. Quiet is not emptiness, it's healing. F. A relapse emergency kit. When tempted to go back, open your reality album. Screenshots of hurtful texts, diary entries from nights you cried alone, exact words they used that cut deep. Not to hold grudges, but to stop romanticizing the past. Stable people aren't boring, they're rare. For many, the first time they meet someone kind and consistent, the body rebels. Lower heart rate, no adrenaline rush. The brain mislabels it as no spark. Give yourself 3 weeks to adjust. Do boring things: grocery shopping, reading, cooking together. Observe, am I slowly relaxing? Remind yourself, steady is not empty. It's sustainable. You don't need fireworks. You need a fire that warms without burning. One-line boundaries for 3. Common scenarios. Lateness plus. Silence. I understand you're busy, but communication is respect. If that's not possible, this won't work. Silent treatment. Silence makes me anxious. If you choose not to communicate, I will choose to step away. Repeat offenses. After apologies, I watch behavior, not promises. If the pattern doesn't change, I'll leave. Boundaries aren't punishment. They're an invitation to meet the minimum requirements for intimacy. You're not letting go of them. You're letting go of the child who tried so hard. Sometimes the deepest ache isn't losing the person. It's admitting your childhood needs were never fully met. Mark the ending with a small ritual. Write a letter to your younger self. I will protect you now. Discard one armor item you picked up in this relationship. Saved chats, a gift that feels like a command. Keep one symbol of choice, a new keychain, a blank notebook. Grief isn't failure. It's closing an old chapped